Hi, welcome back. Before we connect our login, register, and forgot password screens, we need to understand three important classes that connect our UI to Firebase. First one is auth repository, then auth view model, and the third one is auth view model factory. So these three make our code clean and easy to manage. Now coming to the auth repositories. So this auth repository class you should get in the starter project. Okay, so I will explain this. So this is the auth repository. Think of it as the place where we keep all the Firebase code. So this register user, it will create a new user with email and password and also saves username plus email address to the collection called users in the Firestore. So what we did here, we connect Firebase authentication service to this class and Firestore service to this class. All right, so this function will help to register the users, and once the user registration is successful, it will save the username and email in the Firestore collection called users. If it is getting failed, then we are getting the exception which is provided by the Firebase itself. Okay, now coming to the this login user function, it checks if the email and password are correct and signs in the user. And get current user, it tells us if a user is already logged in. So the repository only knows how to talk to Firebase. That's its job. I would highly recommend you to refer the Firebase authentication documentation. Okay, so see, this service we are used in our auth repository. Okay, so this particular API will help us to register with email and password. I will give you this link in the description so that you can refer it. All right, now coming to the view model. So we need to add here a new class that is called auth view model. So under this class, what we need to do is repository auth view model, then colon, then this is a view model. Okay, so this defines our auth view model class. It takes auth repository objects as a parameter. We extend view model, meaning this class will survive configuration changes like screen rotation and store our authentication data. So here auth state is a mutable live data object, and this pair boolean string means it will hold two values. So in boolean it will hold whether it is true or false to show if the operation was successful, and a string nullable. This one is nullable string that contains an optional message like registration is successful or an error. The underscore at the start means this live data is private and can only be updated inside the view model. Okay, now coming to this line. Here we expose a read-only version of our auth status. To the UI fragments, fragments can observe auth status, but they cannot change it. This follows the encapsulation principle. Only the view model can modify live data. Okay, so this function is called when the user clicks the register button. It calls register user from the repository. When Firebase responds, it gives back success, true, false, and message. We update auth status with this value. Now the fragment observing auth status will react to this change. Example, show toast or navigate. Now coming to this login function, same idea as register, but for login. It calls login user in the repository, updates auth status with success or failure. The fragment can then handle login results. We missed something here, correct? Auth status dot post value. here success and then message. All right, now what we need to save user Firebase push notification token. So now coming to this function, it will save the Firebase cloud messaging token for the current logged in user. First we check if a user is logged in. If no, we simply return. And then here we ask Firebase for the device notification token. If it succeeds, we store the token in a variable and print it in the log. Then we update the user collection in Firestore. We go to the current users document using user ID and update the field FCM token with the new token. And these are, if saving the token is successful, we log success. If it fails, we log the error. Okay, if we couldn't fetch the token at all, we log the failure, this one. So hope it should clear. Now we will be moving to the Auth View Model Factory. So I just write this Auth View Model Factory class. So this will create a factory class for our Auth View model. The factory's job is to tell Android how to create our view model. We pass in the auth repository here because our auth view model needs it in its constructor. Now this function is called when Android wants to create a view model. Model class is basically asking which view model do you want me to create. And this if condition, here we check is the view model you are asking for an auth view model. If yes, we will create it. If no, then we do not know how to handle it. If it is auth view model, we create a new instance. So this will here, if it's auth view model, we create a new instance of it and pass in the repository. We also cast it as a T because create method expects a generic type. Now coming to this line, if some view model is say requested that we don't support, we throw an error saying unknown view model class. So this makes sure our factory only works for auth view model. Hope all these three are clear to you. In next video we will connect our each fragments to these layers. Okay, yeah, that's it for today. Thank you.